How to test mVas campaigns. Getting good at testing mVas campaigns is key for affiliates who want to make it big, especially when targeting specific markets like Pakistan. Our latest case study walks you through a real-life campaign optimization, all from our own media buyer's experience with RollerAds. I'm Alena, and today we're gonna talk about how to test mVas campaigns. This isn't just about throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. It's about careful planning, tweaking, and getting those campaigns to really perform. For anyone diving into or already swimming in the mVas world, this piece is packed with hands-on advice and insights that make all the difference. So, let's look on campaign details. Affiliate network, Golden Goose, of course. Topic, sweepstakes. Advertising format, push. Flow, pin submit. Geo, Pakistan. Traffic, source, RollerAds. First step, choosing an offer. For this case study, we choose two sweepstake offers. First offer number 15230, second offer number 11184. During the test, we will determine which one performs better and continue with one of the offers. After creating campaigns at the GG network, both offers go to the tracker. We're using Venom as our tracker of choice. We have designed 3 pre-landers specifically for these offers. They have a common concept, but differ in form. We're using slots, Wheel of Fortune, and scratch cards. Usually, it is advised to perform the A/B testing with just 2 pre-landers, but we will show you how to do it with 3. In the end, we need to determine which pre-lander shows the best results. As a side note, there are 4 major mobile carriers in Pakistan: Jazz, Telenor, Ufone, Zong. We don't need to do the test of all 4, so we will go with just one. The affiliate manager at Golden Goose recommended Zork as a carrier with the most converts. So, we create a campaign inside a tracker. First, we will see whether slots or Wheel of Fortune do better, and then put the winner against scratch cards. We create and launch 3 different campaigns at RollerAds for different subscription ages. 0 to 7 days, it's high, 8 to 30 days, medium, and 30 plus days, it's old. After just 3 hours, we already can see that the slots pre-lander performs almost 2 times worse than the Wheel of Fortune, one according to LP setup. We pause slots and launch scratch cards. You can see the results after several hours as follows. It's evident that the Wheel of Fortune pre-lander is a clear winner here. We stop other pre-landers and leave the Wheel of Fortune running for 1 day to determine good and bad zones. We also look at which offer converts better and exclude the losing one. Now, let's look at which browsers convert the best. We will be doing the subsequent test only for those browsers that were giving us leads. While at it, it's also worth checking which Android OS versions perform better. As we can see, the versions 4, 5, 8, 9 can be safely excluded. Now let's dive into the stats for each campaign and try to make a profit. We see that the campaigns with a subscription age of 30 days and above is already profitable. Let's have a closer look at each campaign. We will check the zones and adjust the bids either for each zone or the entire feed. Let's start our analysis with the campaigns where our subscription age is 30 plus days. We see that zone 79, 35, 92 gave us a lead, but it's in the red at almost 1.5 times of leads value. There are 3 simple rules when analyzing zones. If the zone is in the red and 2x of the leads value and has no leads, we ban this zone. If the zone has leads but is in the red at more than 4x of the leads value, we can try to lower the bid and make it profit. But if that proves to be of no use, we will ban this zone. As for the zones that are both profitable and have leads, we will be increasing leads. It's better to consult with your network manager to learn about the bid amount to get more traffic you are currently buying out. According to these rules, it's too early for the zone 79, 35, 92 to be banned, and we don't need to lower the bid yet. In our case, on average for converting zones and leads in general, we were buying out around 12 to 18% of traffic and were advised to increase the bid to 0.006. You also need to pay attention to which creatives perform the worst. We see that 2 creatives perform worse than others on the first test. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be stopped outright, because preliminary tests don't fully demonstrate creative performance. It might have been just bad luck, and if we see the same creatives doing poorly in the future, then we will consider excluding them. If you want to learn which creatives we use to the test, contact your affiliate manager at Golden Goose. So, for the 30+ subscription age campaign, we raised the overall bid to 0.005. The feeds giving us leads get a bid raise to 0.006. We also leave only the best performing browsers and OS versions. Let's look at our stats. Following the rules, we realize that there is nothing to ban, but we will raise custom bids for the conversion feeds. Here the stats are different from the previous campaign, and we see that in general the feeds that gave leads are not all profitable. So we will proceed like this. We leave an overall bid of 0.005 for the feeds that have leads and negative ROI, while the zone providing leads within these feeds get a raise to 0.006. All the profitable feeds get the bid raised to 0.006. Feedout contains RollerAds zones, and we can't increase the bid for it, but we can do this for the zones within. Here are the stats for the 0 to 7 day subscription campaign. The first 2 zones have lots of traffic and quite a loss over 4x of the leads value. We need to lower the bid for those to 0.0021 to have a chance for profit. The third zone gets excluded. Zones number 4 and 5 also get their bids lowered to 0.0021 and 0.0025. We also ban zones that cost us more than 2x of the leads value and the LP CTR below than present with over 20 clicks. So, we ban 8 zone. Campaigns are ready for a second test run. Let's take another look at the preliminaries. Scratch cards have almost the same CR as Wheel of Fortune, and in one campaign even more, but there's not enough data yet, so we can include it in a split and give it another chance. When optimizing campaigns, we don't make changes to the existing ones. Instead, we duplicate them to adjust bids and ban zones. All 3 campaigns have been launched. There are the results after 2 days. Only in one of the 3 campaigns, the Scratch Cards preliminary does well. Let's make rules for that campaign while leaving a Wheel of Fortune for others. You can see test number 2 stat by subscription age. We see that the main amount of traffic and leads comes from subscription age 0 to 3 days and old. First of all, we need to bring these 2 to a good ROI, but let's try to optimize others as well. Compared to the first test, we see that the age old has significantly increased the number of clicks and leads. The age of 30 to 60 days has increased clicks, but no leads. Age 3 has less clicks because a lot of sources were banned, but the CR is higher. It's still negative because the bid was raised by a lot. Other ages have changed slightly. For the test number 3, we will create not 3 but 6 separate campaigns by subscription age: 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 15, 16 to 30, 30 to 60 and old. Let's demonstrate on the age 0 to 3 campaign. We make the following breakdown: age zone days to understand how the number of clicks in each zone changed at the certain subscription age, depending on the bid by day. Let's choose 3 examples to analyze all sources. First, a zone that had negative ROI and will lower the bid, but it got worse. The larger zone by clicks. We see that in the first test we had leads but negative ROI. We reduced the bid by almost 2 times and the number of clicks decreased sharply with 0 leads. This is a ban. Second, a zone that had positive ROI, we increased the bid and it got better. We see that in the second test, the number of clicks increased by 5 to 10 times, and there were some leads but not as many. Such zones will bring the most profit. We only need to decide whether we increase the bid further. For that, consult with your ad manager. Third, zone that had slightly positive or even ROI and it got worse. These zones are tricky and must be dealt with individually. Following our rules stated earlier, we ban all the zones and leave all the good ones with custom bids. The rest of the campaigns are analyzed in the same way as described above. Also, don't forget about pre-lenders. We'll look at the subscription ages of the scratch cards pre-lender and make rule in the tracker for this campaign. So, the tracker goes to both pre-lender where necessary, namely ages 4 to 7 and old. We see that scratch cards does even better than Wheel of Fortune in old. But we will still do a split test and then we will see if the Wheel of Fortune pre-lender should be turned off. By the way, when we were talking about creatives before, we decided to not exclude any of them, even the ones performing poorly. And as it turns out, in our second test, the worst performing creative became a leader. So you can see the test number 1 results by creatives. Also, test number 2 results by creatives. Look at the lines group under a star, subscription age 0 to 7, the second to last creative. In total, we create 6 campaigns by different subscription ages. After 2 days, we checked every campaign and banned the zones with negative ROI. For the zones that started to show positive ROI, we increased the bids. We also noticed that the CTR of creatives is higher than in the second test, so we decided to lower the custom bids. As a result, lowering the bids has brought even more leads. This concludes the tests. Here are the results. We see that the subscription age old in the third test has negative ROI, while before that is always stay positive. The reason could be that the creatives didn't catch on well at the start, there was a low CTR and the campaign started to get worse traffic. This campaign should have been stopped and restarted in 2 days, which usually helps. We see subscription age 0 to 3, 16 to 30 and 30 to 60 with a positive ROI. Not that we're lowering the bids in all campaigns during the test, but the leads increased. This is because we were identifying new sources and adding them to the group with increased custom bids. In other words, we need to check every day which zones should be banned and where to raise bids. Now you can see results by creatives. In some campaigns, it was possible to exclude some creatives and add the new ones. The result would have been even better. But in this test, we haven't excluded any. First, results from the tracker. Second, from the RollerAds ad network. Third, the Golden Goose CPA network. There is a bit of disparity in the number of leads on the screenshots, about 1%. And here's why. Different time zones in the tracker RollerAds and GG. Because of this, the number of clicks and leads may not coincide by day. Leads in the tracker are assigned to a certain click ID if the click was yesterday. The lead will be recorded in the tracker on the day where the click was made, not when the lead arrived. But in RollerAds and GG, the lead is recorded on the day it arrived. Apply the simple rules for analysis that we used after the first test. Raise bids for good zones. Don't test 3 or more offers or pre-lenders at once. The proper IB test is a 50-50 traffic distribution. Otherwise, you will almost certainly get wrong results and draw wrong conclusions. You can change many parameters in campaigns at once, otherwise, you won't see the dynamics of changing a certain parameter. If you have negative results, don't exclude creatives and zones, pick one. We'd recommend focusing on the zones analyzing first. The same applies to adding new creatives and raising bids. The adjustments should be going one at a time. How to decide on the size of custom bid? You can always consult with your ad network manager or change the bid according to your gut and see how it goes. So this deep dive into mVas campaign tweaking teaches us a lot. It shows that being successful means staying on your toes, constantly analyzing, and being ready to make changes on the fly. For affiliates aiming at the mVas space, their lessons are gold. It's not just about understanding the basics, it's about embracing the grind of testing, learning, and refining. This case study doesn't just spell out the complexities of mVas. It's like the way for anyone ready to roll up their sleeves and get to work on their campaigns. So, that's all for today. We hope that our case study will help you to create and test mVas campaigns correctly. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell, and make your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye!